Almost everyone connected here. And hello, everyone. After 764 days, it is game day, and we are exactly 28 minutes away from the start of the first game on the ABC TV network at 2 p.m. First game, the Seattle Dragons playing the DC Defenders at Audi Field in downtown Washington. We welcome 100% XFL Group, the group run by Brett Tiers. He does a heck of a job with this group. One of my favorite XFL groups, if not my favorite. And for everyone checking on XFL Fan Zone, welcome. As you can see, we have the TV in the background. I'm going to get up for about 2 minutes to 2, so I can go sit down and watch the game myself. Chris Davis, hello. Who are you rooting for today? Who is your team? Let us know, everyone. All right. First of all, the weather forecast for DC at kickoff is supposed to be about 41 degrees and mostly sunny, it looks like. So we're going to have some beautiful weather for this game. And the weather today for the Houston-LA game is about 69 degrees and mostly sunny. So we're going to have beautiful weather there tomorrow. Clinton Ramos says Dallas. Chris Davis says LA. Well, welcome aboard, guys, and congratulations, LA. You guys are officially defending the XFL title because you guys won it back in 2001 when the LA Extreme crushed the San Francisco Demons. So you've been defending champions for 19 years. Same city, just a different name, just a different team. Hopefully they do something for you guys down in before the pregame about honoring the old 2001 LA Extreme champions. That would be real cool to see. So anyway, we're done with 764 days of waiting. Game time is now 36 minutes away. I am excited. I ain't sleep all night. Merry Christmas, Brett Tiers. I see you watching. Aiken Krause says LA's going to win it all. Hey, listen, you got a heck of a coach out there in LA, my boy. Winston Moss, a Hurricane. And let me tell you something, Mr. Crow. He's got the right attitude for LA. He's a very swagger. You guys are in a big event town. You guys could have done better. Yes, and I urge you to join XFL, 100% XFL today. That's Brett Tiers' group. I've been advertising his group since I started my fan page as I broadcast on his great page right now. Merry Christmas indeed, Brett Tiers. Josh Simon says, go Vipers. Well, from this Guardians fan, you're losing 2 games. The first one, the last one. Hey, but good luck to you fans out in Tampa. I hope you guys do better than the Buccaneers and the old Tampa Bay Bandits. Brett, I'm excited too. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't. He is boss, Akin Crow. He certainly acts like it. And, boy, I appreciate that, Brett. So anyway, we're 25 minutes away from game time. We have what? Oh. We're having gorgeous weather around the country today. New York is going to be okay tomorrow. It's going to be about, looks like 37 degrees, maybe a chance of rain. And then the second game in Dallas, we have potential thunderstorms, about 62 degrees and potential thunderstorms. So today we'll definitely get the better weather too. Hopefully things change around tomorrow. Yes, Brett, you have 4.5 hours till the second game kicks off. We have 2 good games tonight. It's funny. Vegas has said that Caesars has said that Tampa Bay has the top team in the league, followed by Dallas. And if you go to DraftKings, they tell you Dallas has the best team, followed by Tampa Bay. The 2 worst teams, according to both, are Seattle and St. Louis. And if you go to DraftKings, they got St. Louis, then Seattle. So everyone else is in the middle. I don't see how they get that. To me, all teams are evenly matched. Kevin, good luck to your Battlehawks today as they travel into Globe Life Park. You guys got your watch party at Fargo, don't you? So where do we start? Oh, yeah. The beauty of this phase drafting was, everyone picked their skilled receivers first, followed by your offensive lineman, followed by your defensive lineman, followed by defensive back, so on and so forth. So I don't see how one team could be that much better than the other. As I said today, the coaches and players become the face of the league, replacing Alva Luck. Obviously, he'll be involved in the league during the year, but this is the moment we've been waiting for. Since the XFL went out, left us 19 years ago, it is back. And today, let's see, we have Cardale Jones playing quarterback for the DC Defenders, and Brandon Silvers quarterbacking for Seattle. Brandon Silvers, we enjoyed him at Troy University. And of course, his big win was beating LSU, I think back in 2017. He did a heck of a job playing for the Memphis Express of the old AAF. The defunct AAF. Cardale Jones, of course, led his team to a national championship in 2014. And we wonder what kind of quarterback we're going to get today. The guy that won the national championship in 2014 or the guy that was benched the very next year. Pep Hamilton should have a pretty good offense. I mean, they traded for Rasheed Ross a couple of weeks ago. I cannot believe they got him to trade for another receiver like that. He was awesome with the Arizona Hotshots. Aki Crow says defenders and Wildcats win today. I agree with the defenders because they're home. The thing about the LA game is Josh Johnson going to start. And I'm hearing now Jalen McClendon is going to get the start today because the thigh bruise for Josh Johnson has not healed yet. And let's see. Mike Tackett is telling us that per ESPN's Darren Rovell, the XFL before kickoff has already surpassed ticket sales revenue for the entire AAF season. Great things are happening already. Yes. Listen, you are seeing the classic example of what happens when you rush a league into existence, like the AAF, like they did years ago with the first XFL. And taking your time like Vince McMahon did this time around, and taking a 2-year to do things right. And let me tell you something, they have pretty much done everything right. What more could you want? I mean, Vince McMahon put his money where his heart was. He wanted a football team. He wanted a football league. Well, he's getting one. His first hire was Alva Luck. To everyone's surprise, Alva Luck left his good job at the NCAA to be commissioner of the league. And, of course, his first move was hiring Bob Stoops. I don't know about you guys, but I still cannot believe Bob Stoops is coaching this league. This is just awesome. And, of course, Dallas today is probably not going to have Landry Jones. There was a rumor saying Thursday he was going to be named the starter. I never saw anything saying he was going to be the starter. Just a lot of rumors. They're saying probably by week 2. I've not heard anything by week 1. It's a shame because Landry Jones was the face of the league. He was our first signing before the quarterback allocations the day of the draft. So 19 minutes till we kick off. And they're expecting an almost a sellout today at Audi Field. Audi Field, I've been saying, Audi Field, I think, has the potential to be the best home field at only 18,000 in an area which holds about 6 million people in the DC metro area, and that sea of red, that could be a fun atmosphere. DC is definitely a show me city like New York City. If you win, the fans will come out. If you don't, they're not going to show. New York is the same way. Yeah, Stoops is awesome, Kevin. And let us know how that tailgate party goes on. Put some pictures on Brett Tears' site there, or some video if you can do for us. So, will LA defend its championship this year of 19 years ago? Will Josh Johnson be ready next week? Is Landry Jones ready next week? Again, everything has fallen into place. We got some good weather today. Hopefully, we get some competitive, clean football and some high-quality quarterback play. Because if this league is going to survive, if this league has a chance, it needs competitive games. It needs good quarterback play. If you don't have those two things, it doesn't matter what Vince McMahon and Luck does. If the coaches and players don't deliver this weekend, the rest of the season, this league will end up being like any others. But they've done the right thing. They took their time. Everyone got a full medical. People who didn't pass the medicals were let go. If you had a criminal record, you'll let go. They had a full month mini camp. They had a Christmas break. They had about almost 4 weeks of training camp. And now 2 weeks to prepare for the first game on top of having scrimmages. So these guys are ready. It's not like it back in 2001. As I talked to Peter Schwartz, the old play-by-play guy for the New York Hitmen on WABC radio, he would tell you that years ago there were players on that field that had no business being on the field. They were out of shape. It was a rush job. Vince McMahon has learned his errors from the first time, obviously. And, of course, what are you guys looking forward to? What rule changes? I mean, we're going to get our first rule change right away. We're going to have a kickoff to get excited about. The days of the crowd getting crazy so we watch the ball get kicked out of bounds so they can sit down and wait for the first play are over. We're getting a real kickoff today. If you kick the ball out of bounds, what's the thing you get at the 35-yard line? If you kick it in the end zone, you get the 35-yard line anyway. Kevin Mayfair says Houston by 15. Wow, without Josh Johnson? Let's see how good Jalen McClendon is today, assuming he's the guy that's going to start today. I don't know. The run and shoot with Houston, I'm looking forward to P.J. Walker big time playing that offense. I'm glad he got the starting job over Connor Cook. As much as I like Connor Cook, I think Philip Walker in that offense is just made for him. He was awesome in a very similar offense at Temple. That was a good fit. It's about as good as Matt McGloin being with Kevin Gilbride in New York. McBride likes his quarterbacks to be game managers. He likes a big offensive line. He likes big receivers, big running backs. We're gonna have a lot to talk about today, and I don't expect to see any blowouts this weekend. I don't know, because like I said, you can read all you want. You can watch as much video as you want. These scrimmages are no different than regular NFL preseason games. A lot of the guys will not starting for obvious reasons. Why would you? So let's see. Looks like ABC is going to have Steve Levy call the game today with Steve Levy is going to call the game for ABC TV. It looks like Brock Hewitt will be doing commentary, and the beautiful Linda Rossini of ESPN is going to be on the sidelines for this game also. And let's see. I'm sorry. Tom Luganville is going to be the analyst. Craig McElroy is going to be the, I think, analyst also. Diana Rossini is a reporter on the sideline. So, and if you can't listen to watch the game on TV, if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, 106.7 FM, The Fan down in Washington, D.C. will have the game on for you. All games are also going to be on Sirius XM satellite radio on the ESPN channel, which should be channel 80 if you have XM Sirius. And I think Fox Sports is XM channel 83. So if you can't sit down and watch the game, and you can't wait to watch it on DVR later, you can listen to the game in the car on XM radio, or if you live in the DC area, or if you want to go on radio.com, 106.7 FM will have the game for you. Grant Paulson, we'll be doing play-by-play. Logan Paulson will be the announcer on 106.7. So that is your starting lineup for 106.7. Levy, Lugan, Bill McElroy, and Rossini will be doing the job for ABC Radio. Like I said, looks like there's a sellout or close to selling out the field. I'm hoping next week. I'll be in Washington next week for the Guardians and Defenders game. I'm hoping to be in a sea of red around my black jersey. I want it to be a fun, clean atmosphere. These games are also going to be covered all around the globe, over 200 countries. The Sports Network is going to be covering the XFL up in Canada. It's also being streamed over in Europe and the UK. And let's see. Looks like you're going to have a hell of a backfield for Seattle. Jaquan Gardner, who was great in the AAF with the San Diego Fleet, and Kenny Farrell, who was a beast with the San Antonio Commanders, and Trey Williams are probably the best players on that Dragons roster. Because Brandon Silvers, we talked about him already. A lot of people aren't paying attention to him. It seems like Cardale Jones is getting all the attention. Josh Johnson and the battle and Landry Jones. Somehow, Brandon Silver's on the radar. I'm sure he likes it that way anyway. I would also. Well, Julie Duvall, if you have an XM radio on you, or if you get your phone there to get the podcast at 106.7, you can at least listen in on the game. If you have DirecTV on your phone, it should come over your phone also. Also, the games will be streamed on the ESPN app today, and as well as the Fox Sports app when they have their games. The game today on the Fox Sports TV be Kurt Menefee, Joe Klatt. They'll be calling the game. Both networks have done a good job promoting this league. I would like to see a few more commercials during the Super Bowl, but I only saw one. Maybe you guys saw more. I saw one about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I realized the league at Fox charges about $500 million for these Super Bowl commercials, but if this is your league, you put your money into it, why not? Tissel Eston says, go Houston Roughnecks. We wish you guys good luck today. We wish the whole XFL luck. Even though I'm a Guardians fan, I've taken more of the Brett Tias position. I'm just rooting for the league. I think the best thing that could happen to this league this year is after 8 weeks, all teams are 4-4 and everyone's in the playoff hunt. But as long as the football is competitive, it's fun to watch, and games are close. And I'm hoping we see at least one overtime game this weekend. I would love to see that shootout rule. The best of 5, kind of like a hockey shootout. Hopefully we get one. Like I said, Vegas and DraftKings have these teams pretty apart in talent. I don't see it. I could be wrong, but this is why we play the games. As we approach 10 minutes from game time, what do you people think? Who's going to win the West title? Who's going to win the East title? Who's going to win it all this year? Winston Moss has got one heck of a defense from what I can see here. That is a huge defense, which is typical of Winston Moss. He had a pretty good defense when he was the coordinator for Packers when they were playing Mike Giants years ago. We managed to beat him. But good news all around. I guess they're selling tickets now in the upper portion of TD-ECU Stadium in Houston because ticket sales have been good. St. Louis has been expanded to 27,500 now because their demand is getting high. And LA and New York were struggling, but they're gradually getting better and better. Seattle and St. Louis have been kicking butt the whole time. Oh, Julie, I'm sorry. I misread you, Julie. Good for you. Good for you. I would hate for you to miss this. To me, this is a holiday today. This is Christmas and New Year's all rolled in for football fans. We only had a football withdrawal for 6 days. And as much as I miss the AAF, I think we're better off for at the AAF or the Arena League because now the XFL players have this league to go to. And I'd rather have just one really kick-ass spring league than a bunch of subpar, mediocre, run-of-the-mill Bush League football leagues. Vince McMahon has done a good job. Any other question? As we approach 8 minutes now till game time, so I remember the Memphis Maniacs. Julie, what my favorite memory in the XFL is when my New York Hitmen beat you in a last-minute touchdown pass at Giant Stadium. We beat you 16-15. Pretty much the only highlight for my beloved New York, New Jersey Hitmen that year. But thank goodness the XFL is back. We're going to have a lot more memories here, a lot better memories also. Kevin, I don't disagree with that. This game could be a shootout. I don't think the talent gap is as wide as people are saying. I mean, there's a reason why they did phase drafting. You know, every team's going to have their strong points and weak points. It's the way football is. But I'm just glad that for once we can do videos on a pregame, a postgame, what happens the day of the game. We get to critique how Fox and ESPN and ABC are going to do this weekend, their coverage. I'm looking forward to Pat McAfee running around the sideline. This ought to be interesting. He's got a lot of personality. I'm just glad he's on the field, though, and not in the broadcast booth. Because, listen, as much as I like Pat McAfee, I don't want color commentary from a punter. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear from a punter. Give me a quarterback. Give me a lineman. Give me a guy that plays every down. I don't want to hear color commentary from a punter. I had to do it for years with Dave Jennings in the New York Giant broadcast booth. No, thank you. If Miami ever gets a franchise, I hope the team calls black and white, and they're called the Miami Sharks. Mike, all due respect, I love the city of Miami, but Miami is not a good sports town. You have too many transplants down there from the Northeast. Even everyone said that the Dolphins are a premier NFL franchise. I don't see it because the last 3 times they've had playoff games there, granted they've been spread out, they haven't been able to sell out. By the way, you're talking to a Miami Hurricane fan. The Miami Hurricanes are my favorite team. I will tell you that the Miami Hurricanes are some of the worst fans, most fair weather fans in college football. We come out for the big games against like Florida and Miami and Florida State, but any other team, that stadium is always half empty anyway. I would stay away from Miami. If anything, I would put a team in Orlando and have a Tampa and Orlando rivalry, but I don't think Tampa would want a team in Orlando anyway. Cut down their fan base. I think you're better off going to Birmingham. Have a Birmingham-Tampa rivalry. All right, folks, we're getting 5 minutes to game time. The X Games skiing is ending up here. We're going to be back tonight with a post-game show. Let you know what you think. I'm going to get ready myself. Even though the Battlehawks are playing tomorrow, this is one of my favorite jerseys in the league right now. I got the old school XFL hat on. And I will give you my prediction of who's going to win today. I'm going to go with the 2 home teams for the simple fact they are home. Cardell Jones. I like Cardell Jones very much. I'm hoping he does well. I'm hoping Brandon Silvers does well. But I think these games will be close. I'm going 27-17, late touchdown by DC over Seattle. And the game today, with no Josh Johnson, I don't know much about John McClendon, but I'm a big Philip Walker fan. I'm hoping Houston wins that game. I'm going to go 28-24. That's nothing more than a wild guess. And my predictions this year, I believe the West final will be between Dallas and Los Angeles, and the East final will be between DC and New York. I'm gonna have New York going to the championship game against Dallas, and I have Dallas winning it all. Tislo, no, I haven't. I'm for some reason I'm having trouble with that app. I got the regular app on my phone, but for some ever reason, the gaming app is not working well for me. I'm probably gonna have to uninstall and reinstall it again. All right, folks, that's it. That's it for this our first ever pregame show.